Cassius Clay, here I come.
We have listened it many times, that to gain something, one has to lose something. Today we're going to talk about a person who lost his bike which made him a boxer. A great human being. A great Muslim. A great social worker. A great personality. A great boxer. The great Muhammad Ali. Let's have a look at him closely. When he was in his 12s, his father gave him a bicycle as a present. It was very precious to him, but unfortunately it was got stolen by some thief. He became very angry and very sad, so he committed to himself that one day he will catch the thief and beat him. He then went to the police officer and to ask the way to catch the thief. The police officer was one of his uncle, who answered that you can only catch thief if you knew how to do boxing. Muhammad Ali took his advice very seriously and started learning boxing, and then in 1960 he won his first Olympics. His previous name was Cassius Marcellus Clay, height 6 feet 3 inch. He is called as best heavyweight champion of the history, 3 times heavyweight champion, 4 marriages, 9 kids. He was afraid of flights. On the way to Rome, he even bought a parachute, that even if something happened to the airplane he would jump from the plane. His main plus point in boxing was that he keeps jumping in the ring. Commentators would call him sting like a bee, float like a butterfly. It was his technique that he would make his opponent angry by saying some bad remarks on them so they get under pressure. He called his previous name by her identification of slave. Muhammad Ali's public conversion to Islam in 1964 was among the most defining moments of his remarkable life. The decision enraged his critics. His hometown newspaper continued to refer to Ali by his birth name, Cassius Clay, for years to come, and led him to refuse to serve in Vietnam, a stand that cost him his title, his livelihood, and, ultimately, cemented his status as an American iconoclast. His one of the reason of conversion to Islam was Nation of Islam, an organization of black Muslims. When he knew that Islam opposes the racism, and Islam promotes equality, it took him so deep in the heart. Once the Nation of Islam made a cartoon on racism, that are white supremacists, making black people their slave. Ali liked it so much that he went to Nation of Islam and learned more about Islam. He even wrote that story in his own letter. Ernie Terrell, who was also a black man, intentionally and scoffingly kept calling him with old name, to degrade him. Muhammad Ali then challenged him and beat him, till every round, he kept beating and kept screaming, "Tell me what is my name. Tell me what is my name," and won that match. In his whole lifetime he kept defending successfully his title and his religion. At his 22, Sonny Liston was a deadly boxer, to whom every boxer was scared to face, but Muhammad Ali was the only one who not only faced him at the time, but won that match. It was so big and interesting match to watch. A 22 years old boy was facing a big champion who everyone thought were easy for Liston. Firstly, Liston was not accepting his challenge, but Muhammad Ali mocked him again and again. He even went to the Liston's home and started making a clamorous noise to make him angry on him. At last Liston accepted his challenge and hence, both came to the ring. Some says Liston oiled his gloves which made Muhammad Ali burn his eyes and skin, but still young Muhammad Ali managed to win that match. He was born in the period of racism, where people get identified by the color of their skin. From his childhood he had fallen prey to racism because when he was born, racism was on its peak. He was once declined to drink water just because he was a black. When he accepted Islam, people were not ready to accept his new name. Newspapers of even his own hometown kept calling him with his previous name. He refused to go on a war to Vietnam. He said he asks peace and safety 5 times in a prayer, so how can he go on a war? That's why government seized all his medals and his license and banned him from fight. But Muhammad Ali fought with government in court, and in 1971 he came back, but came back with a lose which broke his defeatless record. But from his very next fight he started winning again, and from that onward he again started walking on his great record of winning. He should have retired earlier, but he didn't, which was one of his biggest mistakes. After a short-lived retirement, Ali found himself back in the ring against the new world champion. It was a heartbreaking encounter. Holmes battered the 38-year-old Ali and he lost the match by knockout in the 11th round. The career that began with such a thrilling bang, ended in anticlimax against Berbick. After 7 quite even rounds, Berbick dominated the last 3, and ran out the winner on a unanimous verdict. Got deceased by the Parkinson, he started the social work, got the biggest award of America, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Never refused the autograph of a fan, died. The 3rd of June 16, many boxers came, but couldn't achieve what he achieved, like once Floyd Mayweather said that he is better than him, which make people laugh and criticized on him. Please pray Maghfirah for this great Muslim legend. And tell us whose biography you want to see next.